Why is space completely silent? Space looks calm, beautiful, endless. But have you ever really thought about it? What does space actually sound like? If a star exploded right now, millions of miles away, would you hear it? The answer might surprise you. No, not even a whisper. Because space is almost completely silent. And today, we're going to find out why and what that silence really means. Part 1. What is sound, really? To understand why space is silent, we first need to understand what sound actually is. Sound is not magic, it's physical. When something makes a noise, a drum, a voice, an explosion, it creates vibrations. These vibrations push against tiny particles in the air, called molecules. Those molecules bump into other molecules, passing the vibration along, like a chain reaction. Eventually, that chain reaction reaches your ear, and your brain turns it into what we call sound. So sound needs a medium, something to travel through. On Earth, that medium is air. Part 2. Space has, almost, no air. Here's the problem. Space is a vacuum. A vacuum means there is almost nothing there. No air, no molecules bumping into each other. Just empty space, stretching for millions and millions of miles. So if there's an explosion, even a massive one, like a star dying or two black holes colliding, there is nothing nearby to carry that sound to your ears. No chain reaction, no vibration passed along. This means, in space, you could be floating right next to the loudest event in the universe and hear absolute silence. It's strange to imagine. Massive, violent events, completely silent. Part 3. How do astronauts talk to each other? So if sound can't travel in space, how do astronauts communicate? The answer is radio waves. Radio waves are different from sound waves. They don't need air or any material to travel through. They can move through the emptiness of space easily. This is also how satellites send us TV signals, how GPS works, and how spacecraft send data back to Earth from millions of miles away. So when astronauts talk to each other outside their spacecraft, they're not really talking through the air like we do. Their voices are converted into radio signals, sent to a receiver, and converted back into sound so the other person can hear it. Without radio waves, space exploration as we know it would be impossible. Part 4, then, why do we have sounds of space? Now here's where it gets interesting. You may have seen videos online titled things like Sounds of Jupiter or The Sound of a Black Hole. NASA has even released audio like this. So if space is silent, what are we actually hearing? The truth is these are not real sounds. At least, not in the way we normally think of sound. Space is full of energy. Radio waves, electromagnetic vibrations, and plasma waves. Scientists collect this data using special instruments and then convert it into sound frequencies that our human ears can understand. It's like translating a foreign language into one you know. So when you hear the eerie, echoing sound of a black hole, you're not hearing what a human would hear if they floated nearby. You're hearing a translation, turning invisible energy into something we can listen to. It's not fake, it's real data, just translated for human ears. Part 5. But wait, some places in space aren't silent. Here's a fascinating twist. Not all of space is a perfect vacuum. Some regions, especially near planets with atmospheres, do have enough particles for sound to travel, just very differently than on Earth. For example, NASA's Perseverance rover on Mars actually recorded real sound using microphones. Because Mars has a thin atmosphere, sound can travel there, but it behaves strangely. It's quieter, and higher-pitched sounds fade away faster than on Earth because Mars' atmosphere is thinner and made of different gases. So if you were standing on Mars and clapped your hands, you would hear it. But it would sound different from a clap on Earth, duller, softer. This tells us something important. Sound isn't gone everywhere in space. It just depends on whether there's a medium for it to travel through. Part 6. Why this matters. So why should we care about any of this? Because it changes the way we imagine the universe. We often picture space battles in movies with explosions roaring and ace engines screaming. But in reality, if you were floating outside a spacecraft, all of that would happen in complete silence. No boom, no roar, just light, motion, word, and silence. It's a strange, humbling thought. The universe is often violent, chaotic, and full of energy. And yet, to our ears, it says nothing at all. Closing. So next time you look up at the night sky, remember this. What you're looking at isn't just distant and beautiful, it's silent, completely, eerily silent. And somehow that silence makes the universe even more incredible. If you enjoyed learning something new today, hit subscribe. Every week, we explore one space mystery like this. And let me know in the comments if you could hear one sound from space, real or translated, what would you want it to be? See you in the next one.